Hello! So you've downloaded Polyphone, which is the free version of how to create your own virtual instrument. How do we get started? We click on File, click New, and then you've got your new sound font. So I'm going to name mine Korean because I've got Korean instruments. So there you have it. You have your new sound font. You can add in all this metadata. So my name is Sophia. And then what you need to do is load all your sample sounds in, which should have been pre-recorded. You edit them in GarageBand or Logic or whatever you want so that you don't have giant sound files that you need to tamper with in here. So to load them in, you right-click on Samples, click New Sample, and then find it in your files on your computer. So mine's gone straight to my file. My instrument is a traditional Korean drum. So that's why I've got inner sounds here. I've got 3 inner sounds, inner loud, inner medium, inner soft, and then I've got an outer sound. I've also got a gugong, which is a technique that's used in traditional Korean music for this particular instrument. So I've got 3 versions of each sound. That's for other purposes. So I just want to select one of each. So we've got gugong, we've got inner loud, we've got inner medium, inner soft, and outer. Then you click open. Make sure all of your sounds are WAV files, by the way. Open, and here you have it. To play it, all you need to go to is frequency and press play. If you've got a sustained sound, so a sound that you just want to keep going and going and going, all you need to do is you press loop, this button right here. You can tamper with the faint green line right there and change where it starts and stops. And it will just loop from there. But I don't want that because my instrument doesn't need it. Just double check that it works. Still got the loop. There we go. So those are my sounds. You can also tune your sounds by locating this root key here. You press this button and then you've got correction. You can correct it to whatever. As you can see, I've got a virtual keyboard here which you can display by going into Tools, View, and then you go into Keyboard and you locate whatever keyboard you want to display. I've got 88 keys here. And the little orange button here is your sound. So if you press that, that's what sound will come out. So I'm just going to go through and press root key for all of them. This is for something later on. And there you have it. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do with your sample sounds, but that's not something we'll go into in this video. I suggest going on the Polyphone website. They have a lot of simple tutorials that you can use, but for our sake, this is what we need. So next, you've got your sounds. Let's create our actual instrument. Right-click on Instrument, click New Instrument, and name your instrument. Mine's called Book. So there we have it. And as you can see, we've got this tab called Global here, but we don't have any sounds. This is where our sounds should come up, our sounds that we just loaded. So how do we put it in? Click your bottom one, click Shift, click your top one, right-click, and then Bind to. And then it'll show you a list of the different instruments you'd have. I only have one right now. You'll likely only have one as well. Click that instrument, click OK. Once you go back into the instrument, it shows all of your sounds. Now, when you put it into MuseScore, we need to be able to we need to notate one note and that sound should come out, right? So how do we do that? Right now, everything's going to play all together. And it's going to play out different pitches. We don't want that. So what I want is, let's make, as you can see, it says 0 to 127. So that's indicating the number of keys. So let's say I want 60, good, perfect, located on middle C here. But as you can see, it's still playing everything because I haven't located numbers to all of the other ones. Don't forget this includes the black keys as well. So 62, 64, and 65 because there's no black key between E and F, and then 67. So if I click out of it, we've got sounds for each one of these. But as you can see, they sound quite funny right now because they're actually changing, because this number here doesn't match this number in our root key. So let's change that. So my number over there was 60, my number over here will be 60, and so on. So I'll just go ahead and go through that. Perfect. So I'll go back in. And there are all my sounds. I'll put that up a little so you can hear it again. There we go. If you're using loop, all you need to do is go into loop playback and press 1. There's a whole bunch of things again here that you can play around with, but for now, that's all we need. And that's the first part of creating your own virtual instrument.